is your girl Princess for another edition of Princess Access. Today on the show, if you don't know my guest, I'm sure you know this. He can turn anyone into an amazing singer. He also features on Bravo hit reality TV, Candy Factory. You still don't know what I'm talking about?
You say you're leaving, don't give me no reason. Oh, 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 yes, I know we had our ups and downs. I ain't tryna play around with your heart.
He worked with all these people that you know. Trey Songz, Keisha Cole, PMC, Jagged Edge, you name it. And then
cause a jam like a red light. Pandemonium when she's another spotlight. Far from a group.
Okay, what's up? How you doing, Selasi?
I'm great. Loving DC. I'm loving DC right now, man.
Great. How is it treating you, I guess?
Oh, it's good. I've had a lot of fun out here, man. Like from this DC, Maryland, Virginia, like I've been all around, just hopping around. So
that's great. Great.
Yes.
So Selasi, is it your name, your birth name, or is just a...
Oh, that's my real name. That's my real name.
It's by reggae, so...
Yeah, but it's Selasi is Ghanaian, so the spelling is even different. Like the original name is Selasimusic, which means the hearer has heard me. So I just shortened it to Selasi, and it works.
Oh, that's great. Well, I want to welcome you to Princess Access.
Princess Access.
Well, Voice of
love
America.
To be here. Voice of America, Princess Access. Let's do it.
So everything started in Ghana. You were born in Ghana.
Yeah.
And when did you know that you wanted to be a musician?
For me, I don't think it was a sudden, enlightenment type thing. I think it was a gradual process because I fell in love with music first at a church. Like my mom went to this non-denominational church and she took us with her. And it was drums and guitars and keyboards and all sort of stuff. And I just fell in love with all of that. So my passion has always been in that line. So it's like throughout the years, my dad is a preacher too. So throughout the years, I've been kind of in the church to do with music and engineering in the church. And, that's how it started for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And how did your parents react when you say, well, I want to do music? Because I know our parents, African parents
Lord,
they're like,
tell me about it.
I didn't send you to like shake your body like this in front of the crowd. When it comes to art, they really skeptical.
Yeah, for anybody who is from Africa knows that there are certain things like I went to college and I graduated from college. So it's like my parents always had that dream for me of what they wanted me to do, But at the same time, it wasn't something where they fought too much with me because it was like my passion. That was where my passion was.
Oh, so much in you.
Yeah.
You couldn't.
So, my whole agreement with my mom was like, okay, I'll go to college and finish. And then after that, I could do what I want because she said at least you need to have something to fall back on.
Most definitely. And that's how you ended up in LA,
in Atlanta. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's how I ended up in Atlanta, doing in college over there. And as soon as actually before I even finished college, I started dabbling in the studio world before I finished. So once I finished, I actually got a job. I think it was about 1 or 2 weeks, and I was like, nah, I can't do this. No.
So you followed your heart? What happened?
It worked. It's been a rough, bumpy ride, but at the same time, when you love something and you have that drive, for me, it feels like it's either music or nothing at all. So it's that drive that kept me going, and it's been good because at the same time, although it's been hard, at the same time, it's what I love to do. So it's not really, it's not really. You don't feel it that much.
You don't feel it that much. Wow.
Exactly.
But what kind of obstacles you actually encounter?
Like when you're in a field where, especially the entertainment field, I kind of liken it to any other entrepreneurial venture where you're your own businessman. It's like your income is not guaranteed. So you can it's like your source of income is very, very up and down. So it's like you just have to do whatever you can here and there to make money from, I've taught at the school doing music a little bit. It's just been a lot of bumps, but it's like once you keep at it and keep working at it, it always pans out,
Okay, but that's great. And so when was your big break? What happened? How did that happen? That today you're working with so many artists.
Big break.
Big
I mean,
break.
I don't. For me, this whole thing has been kind of like a gradual process. You know, like someone opens a tap, and you put your hand on the tap, and they start turning it from cold to hot gradually. So it's like by the time you notice it's hot, but you don't really know that point at which it changes. And that's it for me. It's like I used to work at a car wash while I was in school. And while I was in the car wash, I got introduced to this guy who started a record label, a Jamaican guy. And for me, to me, that's my turning point, because I didn't study nothing to do with engineering or music in college.
Oh, wow.
But he paid for this engineer to teach me, whatever he knew. And for me, that was a turning point. I did international business and marketing in school.
Oh, wow.
So,
so the guy paid for word, and you have to pay for word too. So you have to give back.
Always.
Don't forget.
I mean, that's what I was teaching at a school. It's an art school doing music. So I was teaching back to a lot of kids out there, and giving back. So I do everywhere I can. I see, I have to give back. I mean, it's only right.
That's great. Yeah. And what was the first song that actually introduced you to the music industry? Like that one song that made you you. Selasi,
I mean,
Elkay,
because at that point, we were doing some records with his artist at that label, and then I met Rashida from Love and Hip Hop, and then I did a record with her, and then
which one was it?
I did a record with her called.
It was a long time ago.
Well, for myself, the song was called Ghetto Girls for myself, but I did a record with her called Murderer on her project. She was signed to Universal, and I worked with her on her whole album. That came out on Universal, behind the scenes, doing the engineering, vocal production, all that stuff. So I did that for her, and then after that, I met Candy, started working with Candy, and then I think probably my first big one was the Stinky Leg, because I did the mix on that.
Stinky Leg. Oh my God.
So I
really?
Did, yeah.
You're behind all this?
Yeah, I did. I had to, like, they brought me the record to dissect, and to do the post edits on it and all the mixes and stuff like that. So I worked on that, and that was probably my first.
Your first big hit.
Yeah.
So how is it like coming from working with all these artists and you getting your first mixtape coming to America?
Yeah.
Which I love the cover, because it's inspired from the movie.
Yeah, it was.
So
it was.
How's that?
I mean, it was awesome, because it's like I put out an album in Africa before I came. I was from Ghana. I moved to Malawi, so we put out a album in Malawi before I came. So I've always been working on me as an artist. But when I came here, it was like I told myself, if I'm gonna do music, I have to do music as a whole. So not just me as an artist, but me as an artist, me as a writer, me as a producer, me as an engineer. All around musician. So it's like I've always been working on me as an artist, but it's like other parts were moving faster. So it's like when I finally put out the Coming to America, a lot of people didn't know. That was my first introduction, introduction here. A lot of artists heard my music. But, a lot of them were shocked too, like, wow, like... So
you sing too?
Yeah, exactly. But the response was great, it's like, it was real great, so,
That's amazing, that's great. And you coming out with your second EP, actually.
Yeah, Shades of Grey.
Your first song, Call the Police. Second song, Ups and Downs.
Yeah.
Seems like it's something that happened to you.
My music is inspired by life, but at the same time, I could write music based on someone else's story, and I also write music based on my own story. So some of it is a mixture of real life experiences mixed with somebody else's experience mixed with my own, a little mixed with, it's just a mixture of stuff.
Okay, so just a little bit what's Ups and Downs about. I know, but
I mean, Ups and Downs it's a record about relationships, and you know how relationships is like you have those ups and downs. 1 minute you love them, next minute you hate them. It's just like a narration of a relationship and what goes on. It's for a lot of people it's frustrating, and some people don't even talk about it because they feel like, okay, well, they're the only ones going through that. It's like at the end of the day, if you ask your dad, how do they stay married for 30 years? It's not like they don't have fights. They don't have the ups and downs. They do, but it's about being committed to each other and staying in. So it's just bringing light to those things, you know.
Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
The name of the album.
Yep. It's and that name was derived from looking at music as colors. So the best way to describe my music, whenever anybody asks me what does your music sound like, for me it was like the best way to describe it is colors. So Shades of Grey is for me the musical sound that exists between the white color and the black color. So from white to black, you have all sorts of shades of gray. So my music, that's what it is. It's not hip hop, it's not R&B, it's not Afrobeat, it's not reggae. It's just a little bit of, you know, a little bit of all.
It's hybrid.
Exactly.
Which is good. That's great. Yeah. Wow. No, but that's impressive because you know most producers cannot sing or write, but you do all of that.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know also about Shades of Grey. What can we expect from it?
Oh, Shades of Grey, it's like I said, it's a hybrid, like a little hip life, a little
you got
Afrobeat.
Relationships.
Yeah.
You're talking about relationships, women, you're talking about
it's real life music.
Real life music.
It's real life music.
Whatever
it's not
happens on a daily basis.
Exactly. So it's like you have the first single was called The Police. That was about it was my narration of a female, and the analogy was a female who was so bad she was stealing guys' hearts and like leaving a trail of broken hearts along the way. So it's like someone called the police. No. That was someone else's story now.
Again?
Yeah. I mean, that's the best stories to write about. Somebody
People's
else's
stories,
stuff.
not your own.
So it's like my thing is like when anybody calls me to talk, just watch what you say, and
it end up being a song and a hit, most likely.
It's like, I mean, if you're taking up my time, I might as well get paid for it, right? Like, I mean,
can say that. You bad. I'm just like, you bad. I'm not calling you anymore, man. I'm finding my stuff like that on your album, but that's okay. How is it to work with non-professional? They do have skills and talent, of course. How is it? Because I feel like as a producer, actually, they get more from you than a professional.
Yeah, it's a learning experience, and for me, I guess that's why I could teach. Because it's like you have to be patient, especially with somebody that doesn't know. It's you have to explain to them, like, okay, you can sing, but singing in the bathroom and singing in the studio, two different things.
Okay.
Even singing on stage and singing in the studio is two different things.
Most definitely.
You know, because you have to take your time and go through the whole record. So it's like you have to pretty teach them through it. So the ones who could sing makes it easier, and the ones who can't sing makes it harder. You know.
Well, you can make anyone sound great. You did it with Kim.
That's what people say. I don't know about
so
that.
if there was if you could produce a song for me, how would it go? Produce, write.
You have to tell me something going on with you, and then we'll go from there.
We're not gonna do that. You already wrote so many songs about me.
Give me a story. Give me some motivation. I need some motivation.
Okay.
What happened to you last night?
Last night,
Imagine
you got stood up. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Talk about that.
Imagine I'm the priest and you're at confession. Just talk to the priest.
Well, okay.
So you have to give me details. What happened?
I cannot give you.
Start from the first day. Start from the first day you met him. Let's go.
Okay, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
If I was a song in your album, which one would that be then?
If you were a song in my album.
Yeah.
On the Shades of Grey or the Coming to America, which one? Rocksteady.
Rocksteady?
Yeah.
How does it go?
It goes, how does Rocksteady go? I forget. Nah, it goes, she always get attention like she in the army. Left, right, baby, come follow me. And the curves is really absurd. And all that I can think is, and if I take you with me, you might as well say that it's over. It's one of those fun,
funky songs.
One
you sound like
sunny days.
That's good.
One of them sunny days in a Jeep with the roof peeled back. You know what I'm saying?
And the hands in the air. Okay, and if there was an advice that you could give to young African artists who wants to follow your footsteps.
For me, the only every time I'm asked that, what I can say is, and this is from the bottom of my heart. People look at the entertainment industry in two ways. You have those that look at it for the light, because that's what they want. They don't want the hard work part of it, but they want to be famous. If that's what you're trying to do, then maybe something else, not music. Yeah, because it's like the grind and the years it takes to get there is what people don't realize. It's a lot of work. Like for the Grammys, for the Grammy show, all we see is the Grammys and it shows on TV for 30, 35, 45 minutes and that's it. But it's been a lot of weeks of rehearsals and it's a lot of work that goes on to it. So it's like, my thing is, if it's something you love to do, then it won't be like work to you. It'll be just like having fun. So my thing is to people is just have fun with it.
Wow.
Have fun with it.
Wow. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
It was nice to have you on Princess Access.
Thank you.
At Voice of America.
Thank you.
And I hope to see you soon. And hold on, where can we get your CD and follow you and?
Oh, of course, the CD.
Pictures.
The CD is on iTunes, is on Amazon.com, is on eMusic, is on Spotify, is on
SoundCloud.
All Music, SoundCloud, FM Music, you name it is on there. MTV.com, MTV World, MTV Base, Channel O.
Great.
It's everywhere, and you can find me on the social networks too, on Twitter, Selasimusic, which is SELASI, Selasimusic, and music spelled the right way, MUSIC. So I'm on Twitter, Selasimusic, Instagram, Selasimusic, Facebook, Selasimusic, YouTube, Selasimusic, Vidi, Selasimusic, Vine, Selasimusic,
Kick, Selasimusic, MySpace, Selasimusic. Go ahead, we can Google Plus, AdWords.
Oh yeah, all that.
You everywhere, man.
LinkedIn. If you're looking for me, there's no excuse. I'm there.
You there? So there's no way.
Oh, yeah, you can't miss me.
Okay. Well, thank you. I had fun.
You're welcome.
With you.
I had fun too. It was nice. Nice meeting you. Nice interviewing with you.